Stop. Right. Now. Look at me. If you've ever held a dime and thought, this is nothing, this video is going to scare you, in a good way. Because these tiny Roosevelt dimes, they are hidden wealth. Silent fortune. Serious money. People are spending them every single day without realizing they're throwing away life-changing opportunities. Do not spend these coins. Check your pocket now. Check your drawer now. Dirty, old coins, that's where the treasure hides. Secret collectors want these. Real auction shock happens behind closed doors. Nobody talks about these, and that's exactly why they're dangerous to ignore. Today, we're exposing the top 10 most valuable ultra-rare Roosevelt dimes. One dime coins worth huge money, and every single one gets rarer, more shocking, and more powerful as we go. These old coins are a treasure. Rare coins equal big money. Stay till the end, because the final coin, it changes everything. Now listen closely. Coin number 1 is already a silent fortune people are accidentally losing. First, coin number 1. This dime looks harmless, small, grey, quiet. But if you ignore this coin, you could be ignoring serious money. This is the 1951 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark, and this is one of those coins that punishes people who don't pay attention. The moment you see it, it doesn't scream wealth, it whispers it. And that whisper is exactly why people spend it without a second thought. Do not spend this coin. This is not fiction. This is a hidden treasure hiding in plain sight. 1951 was not a relaxed year in America. The country was under pressure. The Korean War was draining resources. Metals were in demand. And the U.S. economy was tightening its grip. The mint was working fast, under stress, pushing out coins to keep commerce alive. And when the mint is rushed, when quality control bends, rarity is born. That's how silent fortunes are created. This dime came from Denver during a tense transitional moment, and that little D mint mark changes everything. Hold this coin in your fingers and you'll feel it immediately. It has presence. It feels solid, confident, serious. Around 2.5 grams of silver-rich weight, just under 18 millimeters across, thin but firm, about 1.35 millimeters thick, and balanced in a way modern coins just don't have. This isn't cheap metal. This is old American silver, struck with purpose. Time gave it that gray wave look collectors quietly go crazy for. That soft original toning, that's not dirt. That's value forming. On the front, Roosevelt's portrait isn't flashy, but that's the trap. The details in the hair, the depth around the eye, the calm authority in his face, collectors obsess over how sharp or soft those details survived. On the back, the torch, the olive branch, the oak's strength, peace, endurance. But here's the thing nobody tells you. Tiny differences in strike quality, surface texture, and mint pressure make or break this coin. Some details are bold. Some are faint. That's where the real money hides. Most of these dimes didn't survive the decades. They were spent, melted, abused, cleaned, ruined. And cleaning is death. Never clean this coin. Cleaning destroys the original skin, the natural toning, the story. A cleaned coin loses its soul, and collectors walk away instantly. Original, circulated, honest wear in fine condition, that's what they want. That's what survives. That's why this coin is dangerous to ignore. The 1951 with D-dime is rare, not because it looks rare, but because surviving examples with untouched surfaces are disappearing. Collectors aren't selling. They're holding, quietly, aggressively. When one appears at auction, bidding doesn't get loud, it gets tense. Phones go silent. Eyes lock in, because everyone in that room knows this is hidden wealth. A silent fortune. And today's market value hits once, hard and unforgettable. This coin has reached around $212. That's life-changing money from one dime. So check the date. Check the D-mint mark. Check the surface. Feel the weight. Look for that natural grey wave look. And listen carefully, do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Professional grading is critical because one small mistake can erase serious money. Patience is golden here. Rushing destroys fortunes. Stay with me because what comes next is even bigger. The next Roosevelt dime is rarer, more shocking, and even easier to lose forever. This detail changes everything, and the next coin proves it. Next coin, number 2. This dime right here is dangerous. Dangerous because it looks normal. Dangerous because it blends in. Dangerous because people are spending it every single day without realizing they're flushing away a silent fortune. I need you to slow down, breathe, and listen carefully because the 1953 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark is one of those hidden treasure coins that punishes ignorance. Do not spend this coin. This is serious money hiding in plain sight, and this is not fiction. 1953 was a pressure year in the United States. The country was still tense from war, inflation fears were real, and Americans were holding on to cash tightly. The mint was pushing out coins fast to keep everyday trade moving, and speed creates mistakes, weak strikes, and uneven production. That pressure is exactly why some coins from this year became rare survivors instead of ordinary change. The Denver Mint was running hard, metal supplies were under stress, and quality wasn't the priority, output was. That's how quiet wealth is born. At first glance, this dime doesn't scream treasure. It whispers it. The silver-gray surface with subtle spats and natural aging gives it an antique, almost mysterious look. Collectors love that. That original skin tells them the coin hasn't been messed with, hasn't been cleaned, hasn't been destroyed by someone trying to make it shine. Never clean this coin. Cleaning is a value killer. It strips away decades of natural toning and instantly turns big money into nothing. Hold this coin and you'll feel the difference. About 2.5 grams of solid silver weight, nearly 18 millimeters wide, thin but confident, around 1.35 millimeters thick. It feels real. It feels old. It feels important. Modern coins feel hollow compared to this. This dime has presence, and experienced collectors can feel it before they even see the date. Look at the front, and Roosevelt's portrait tells a quiet story. The hairlines, the cheek, the jaw collectors obsess over how clean those details survived. In very fine condition, the wear is honest, not damaged, not artificial. That matters more than shine. On the back, the torch stands strong, flanked by the olive branch and oak branch. And tiny strike differences around the lettering and flame are what separate ordinary coins from hidden big treasure. This detail changes everything. The D mint mark is not decoration. It's a signal. It tells collectors where this coin was born and under what stress it was struck. Denver coins from this year show subtle inconsistencies that experts hunt for. Slight softness in certain letters, texture in the fields, and natural grey toning patterns are all signs collectors fight over. Secret collectors want originality, not perfection. Most 1953 dimes never made it this far. They were spent, worn down, lost, melted, or ruined by cleaning. Survival is rare. Survival with original surfaces is even rarer. That's why demand keeps rising while supply keeps shrinking. Collectors aren't flipping these. They're holding them quietly, waiting, knowing the next buyer will pay more. When one of these shows up at auction, it doesn't cause chaos, it causes silence. Quiet, aggressive bidding. No hype, no noise, just serious people chasing serious money. And when the hammer falls, the shock sets in. Today, this single dime has reached a market value of around $205. One dime. Silent fortune. Life-changing wealth. So here's what you do. Check the date. Check for the D mint mark. Look at the surface. Respect the original toning. Do not clean it. Get it professionally graded before making any move, because one careless mistake can destroy quiet wealth built over decades. Patience here isn't optional, it's everything. Stay right here, because the next Roosevelt dime is even more dangerous to ignore. It's rarer, more shocking, and people are losing it even faster. What comes next is bigger, and it catches almost everyone off guard. Next coin number 3. This dime is a trap. A beautiful, dangerous trap. Because the 1956 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark looks like something you'd casually toss on a counter, and that mistake can cost you a silent fortune. People are accidentally losing this coin every day, and they have no idea they're spending serious money. Do not spend this coin. What you're about to hear is real, and ignoring it is how hidden wealth disappears forever. 1956 was a turning point year in America. The economy was shifting, consumer spending was exploding, and the mint was under pressure to keep up with demand. Coins were moving fast, faster than ever before, and speed creates shortcuts. Denver was striking dimes non-stop, silver was still king, and quality took a back seat to quantity. That stressful environment is exactly how rare survivors are born. Most coins from this year were meant to circulate hard and vanish, and most of them did. This dime doesn't shout treasure. It glows quietly. The black spat mixed with silver shine is what stops experienced collectors in their tracks. That contrast isn't damage. It's time. It's age. It's originality. That dark, natural toning hugging the fields while silver still breathes through the high points creates an antique look collectors secretly hunt for. Dirty coins? That's where the big treasure hides. Never clean this coin. Cleaning erases decades of history and instantly kills value. Pick it up and you'll feel it. Around 2.5 grams of solid silver weight, nearly 18 millimeters across, thin but firm at roughly 1.35 millimeters thick. It doesn't feel flimsy. It feels grounded, confident, like money used to feel. The balance is perfect, the edges honest, and that physical presence is something modern coins can't fake. On the front, Roosevelt's portrait carries quiet strength. Collectors zoom in on the hair detail, the eye, the cheekbone. In very fine condition, the wear is smooth and original, not scrubbed, not artificial. That matters more than shine. On the back, the torch, olive branch, and oak branch tell a story of endurance. And tiny strike details around the flame and lettering are what separate common coins from silent fortunes. This detail changes everything. Now look below. That D mint mark is everything. It tells collectors this coin was born in Denver, under pressure, during a high-output year. Certain Denver strikes from 1956 show subtle surface textures and strike characteristics that experts recognize instantly. Some coins came out flat and lifeless. The valuable ones came out alive, with depth, contrast, and original skin. Most of these dimes didn't survive. They were spent without thought, worn smooth, lost, melted, or destroyed by cleaning. Survival alone is rare. Survival with original toning and natural contrast is rarer. That's why collectors aren't letting go. They're holding tight. Demand keeps climbing. Supply keeps shrinking. Quiet wealth is being locked away. When one of these hits the market, it doesn't explode with noise. It tightens the room. Bidding is quiet, aggressive. Collectors know what they're seeing. They know another chance might not come for years. And when the hammer drops, it's shocking. Today, this single dime has reached a market value of around $202, life-changing opportunity. Hidden wealth hiding in plain sight. So here's your warning. Check your change. Check old jars. Check inherited coins. Look for 1956, look for the D mint mark. Respect the black spat and silver shine. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Professional grading is critical because one careless move can destroy serious money. Patience is how fortunes survive. Stay right here, because the next Roosevelt dime is even rarer, even more shocking, and easier to lose than this one. What comes next isn't just valuable, it's dangerous to ignore. Next, coin number 4. This dime is sneaky. It's calm. It's quiet. And that's exactly why it's stealing fortunes from people every single day. The 1960 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark is one of those hidden treasure coins that looks ordinary until it's already gone. People are accidentally losing this coin without realizing they just spent a silent fortune. I'm warning you right now, do not spend this coin. This is serious money hiding in plain sight. 1960 was a pressure cooker year in America. The country was moving fast, consumer spending was exploding, and the mint was under non-stop demand. Coins were flying out the door to keep up with daily life, and when speed becomes the priority, rarity is born in the shadows. The Denver Mint was striking hard and fast. Silver was still flowing through the system. And quality control wasn't focused on future collectors, it was focused on volume. That's how quiet wealth slipped into circulation unnoticed. This dime has a look collectors fall in love with instantly. The brown spats across the surface aren't damage. They're age. They're proof of originality. That warm, antique toning gives the coin depth, character, and authenticity. It's beautiful because it's untouched. And this is critical, never clean this coin. Cleaning destroys the natural skin, wipes away decades of history, and turns big money into regret in seconds. Dirty old coins shock people because that's where the real treasure hides. When you hold this dime, you feel the difference immediately. About 2.5 grams of solid silver weight, just under 18 millimeters wide, thin but firm, at roughly 1.35 millimeters thick. It feels balanced, confident, heavy for its size. Modern coins don't feel like this. This one carries history in your fingertips, and collectors know that feeling instantly. Look at the front, and Roosevelt's portrait tells the story. The hair detail, the facial contours, the calm authority in his expression, collectors study every line. In fine condition, the wear is honest and original, not forced, not polished away. That originality is everything. On the back, The torch stands tall between the olive branch and oak branch, and tiny strike details around the flame and lettering are what separate common dimes from hidden big treasure. This detail changes everything. That D mint mark is not just a letter, it's a signal. It tells collectors this coin came from Denver during a high-pressure production year. Certain 1960 with D dimes show subtle surface textures, strike depth, and natural toning patterns that experts hunt for relentlessly. Some were weak. Some were flat. The valuable ones survived with life, contrast, and untouched surfaces. Most of these dimes never made it this far. They were spent without thought, worn down, lost in couches, melted, or ruined by cleaning. Survival is rare. Survival with original brown toning and strong design presence is even rarer. That's why collectors don't talk loudly about these. They quietly buy, quietly hold, and quietly wait. Demand keeps rising. Supply keeps shrinking. Quiet wealth is being locked away. When one of these appears at auction, the room changes. Bidding becomes quiet, focused, aggressive. Just serious collectors chasing something they know they may not see again. And when the hammer drops, it's a shock. Today, this single dime has reached a market value of around $235, one dime. Life-changing money. A silent fortune most people would spend without blinking. So here's your move. Check the year. Check for the D mint mark. Look at the brown spats. Respect the original toning. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Professional grading is critical because one wrong decision can erase serious money instantly. Patience is how hidden treasure survives. And don't go anywhere because the next Roosevelt dime is even rarer, even more shocking, and easier to lose than this one. What comes next isn't just valuable. It's dangerous to ignore. Next coin number 5. This dime is quiet, too quiet, and that's why it's deadly to ignore. The 1961 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark looks like an ordinary piece of pocket change, but spending it could mean throwing away a hidden big treasure. People are accidentally losing this coin every day without realizing they're letting serious money slip through their fingers. I need you to hear this clearly. Do not spend this coin. This is a silent fortune hiding in plain sight. 1961 was a tense year in America. The economy was shifting, silver demand was rising, and confidence in coinage was starting to crack. The mint was under pressure to keep coins flowing, while metal value quietly crept upward. Denver was striking dimes hard and fast, and speed was more important than perfection. That pressure is exactly why certain coins from this year became rare survivors. This was one of the last moments before silver coins began to disappear from everyday life, and collectors feel that energy in this dime. The black shade on this coin isn't damage. It's age. It's time doing its work. That deep, dark toning gives the coin a powerful, almost mysterious look that collectors quietly chase. It tells them the surface is original, untouched, and honest. And this is critical. Never clean this coin. Cleaning wipes away the very thing that makes it valuable. One scrub, one polish, and life-changing wealth is gone. Hold this dime, and you'll feel the difference instantly. Around 2.5 grams of solid silver weight, just under 18 millimeters wide, thin but firm at about 1.35 millimeters thick. It feels balanced, real, important. Modern coins feel empty compared to this. This dime has presence, and experienced collectors can sense it immediately. On the front, Roosevelt's portrait carries quiet authority. Collectors zoom in on the hair detail, the cheek, the jawline. In very fine condition, the wear is smooth and natural, not harsh, not artificial. That originality is everything. On the back, the torch stands proud between the olive branch and oak branch, and tiny strike details around the flame and lettering are what separate common dimes from hidden treasure. This detail changes everything. Now look closely at the D mint mark. That small letter is a big deal. It signals Denver production during a high-pressure year when quality varied. Certain 1961 with D dimes show subtle strike characteristics and surface textures that collectors recognize instantly. Some coins came out lifeless. The rare ones came out strong, with depth, contrast, and natural toning. Most of these dimes never survived. They were spent, worn smooth, lost, melted, or destroyed by cleaning. Survival alone is rare. Survival with original black shading and honest wear is even rarer. That's why collectors aren't selling. Demand keeps rising. Supply keeps shrinking. Silent fortunes are being locked away. When one of these appears at auction, the room goes still. Bidding is quiet, focused, intense. No hype, just serious collectors fighting without words. And when the hammer drops, it hits hard. Today, this single dime has reached a market value of around $194. Serious money. A life-changing opportunity hiding in your change. So here's your warning. Check the year. Check for the D mint mark. Respect the black shade. Do not spend this coin. Professional grading is critical because one careless move can erase serious money instantly. Patience is how hidden wealth survives. Stay right here because the next Roosevelt dime is even rarer, more shocking, and easier to lose than this one. What comes next is bigger, and it catches almost everyone off guard. Next coin number 6. This dime is ugly, and that's exactly why it's dangerous. The 1968 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark is one of those coins people laugh at right before they lose a hidden big treasure. This is the kind of coin that gets tossed into jars, dropped in tip trays, and spent without a second thought. And that mistake? It destroys a silent fortune. Do not spend this coin. I'm serious. 1968 was chaos for U.S. coinage. The country was in economic stress. Silver had already vanished from circulation. Inflation fears were real, and public trust in money was shaking. The mint was under extreme pressure to produce coins fast, cheap, and in massive numbers. Denver was running hard, striking coins quickly, and quality control was not the focus. This was a transition era, a messy era, and messy years create rare survivors. This dime doesn't shine. It doesn't try to impress you. It looks old and dirty, and that's the trap. That dark, aged surface tells collectors something powerful: originality. No polishing, no chemical cleaning, no damage disguised as shine. Dirty old coins shock people because that's where hidden treasure lives. Never clean this coin. Cleaning wipes away the evidence collectors crave and kills serious money instantly. Pick it up, and you'll notice the feel is different from older silver dimes. Lighter, sharper, around 2.27 grams, just under 18 millimeters wide, thin at about 1.35 millimeters thick. This coin came from a new era, a different metal blend, and collectors know exactly why that matters. This was a time when the mint was still figuring things out, adjusting machines, changing pressure, experimenting without saying it out loud. That's where rarity sneaks in. Look at the front. Roosevelt's portrait often looks flatter on 1968 strikes, but the valuable examples show just enough detail to catch the eye. Collectors obsess over the hair texture, the eye clarity, the depth of the lettering. On the back, the torch, olive branch, and oak branch reveal everything. Weak strikes are common. Strong survivors are not. This detail changes everything. Now look for that D mint mark. That tiny letter is the heartbeat of this coin. Denver production in 1968 produced subtle differences, surface texture, strike sharpness, spacing that experts recognize instantly. Most people never notice. Collectors notice immediately. And when they do, they don't talk loudly about it. They quietly buy. Most 1,968 dimes lived hard lives. They were used heavily, abused, scraped, cleaned, and discarded. Survival in original old dirty condition is rare. Survival that still shows natural aging without interference is even rarer. That's why demand keeps climbing while supply keeps shrinking. Collectors are holding these, not flipping. When one of these shows up for sale, auctions don't explode, they tighten. Bidding becomes focused, quiet, aggressive. Everyone in the room knows this is a silent fortune, hiding behind an ugly face. And when the hammer drops, the shock is real. Today, this single dime has reached a market value of around from a coin most people wouldn't even look at twice. So here's your warning. Check 1968 check for the D mint mark. Respect the dirt. Respect the age. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Professional grading is critical because this is one of those coins where originality is everything. Patience is how this hidden treasure survives. And stay right here because the next Roosevelt dime is even more shocking than this one. It looks even more ordinary, and that's what makes it the most dangerous yet. Next coin number 7. This dime is a thief, a quiet one. Because the 1964 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark looks dirty, boring, ordinary. And that's exactly how people lose a hidden big treasure. This is the kind of coin that gets spent without thinking, tossed into cash registers, dropped in tip jars, and forgotten forever. And that mistake? That's how a silent fortune disappears. I'm warning you right now, do not spend this coin. This is serious money hiding in plain sight. 1964 is one of the most important years in US coin history, and almost nobody treats it that way. America was under massive economic pressure. Silver prices were rising fast. Confidence in coinage was cracking, and the government knew change was coming. This was the final moment. The last year of real silver Roosevelt dimes meant for circulation. The mint was racing against time, producing coins at full speed while the old system was collapsing. Stress like that creates rare survivors, and this coin is one of them. The dirty look is not a flaw. It's a warning sign. That dark, aged surface tells collectors this coin hasn't been cleaned, hasn't been polished, hasn't been destroyed by someone chasing shine. Dirty old coins shock people because that's where the real treasure hides. Never clean this coin. Cleaning wipes out the original skin, the natural toning, and instantly kills life-changing value. Hold this dime, and you'll feel the weight immediately. Around 2.5 grams of solid silver, just under 18 millimeters wide, thin but strong at roughly 1.35 millimeters thick. It feels real, heavy for its size. Modern coins don't feel like this. This is old American money, and collectors know it the second it touches their fingers. Look at the front, and Roosevelt's portrait tells the story of survival. The hair detail, the cheek, the jawline, collectors study how much survived without being scrubbed away. In fine condition, that honest wear is powerful. It proves the coin lived a real life and came out intact. On the back, the torch, olive branch, and oak branch stand as symbols of endurance, and tiny strike details around the flame and lettering are what separate common coins from silent fortunes. This detail changes everything. Now focus on the D mint mark. That little letter carries enormous weight. Denver was striking massive numbers of dimes in 1964 under extreme pressure, and quality varied wildly. Many were weak. Many were rushed. The valuable ones show just enough strength, depth, and surface originality to stop collectors cold. Experts notice instantly. Regular people don't, and that's why these are being lost every day. Most 1964 dimes were spent hard, hoarded, melted, or ruined by cleaning. Survival alone is rare. Survival in dirty, original fine condition is extremely rare. That's why collectors aren't selling these. They're locking them away. Demand is rising. Supply is shrinking. Quiet wealth is being absorbed into collections and disappearing. When one of these appears at auction, it's not loud. It's tense. Bidding is quiet, aggressive, surgical. Everyone in the room knows this is the end of an era coin. And when the hammer drops, it hits like a shockwave. Today, this single dime has reached a market value of around $250 one dime. A life-changing opportunity most people would spend without blinking. So here's what you do. Check the year. Check for the D mint mark. Respect the dirt. Respect the weight. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Professional grading is critical because this is one of those coins where originality is everything. Patience is how hidden wealth survives. And do not go anywhere because the next Roosevelt dime is even rarer than this one, even more shocking, and even easier to lose. What comes next changes everything. Next coin number 8. This dime is the ultimate trick. Because when people see the year 1985, they stop paying attention. And that's exactly how a hidden big treasure keeps getting spent. The 1985 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark looks modern, shiny, ordinary, and that false sense of safety is destroying silent fortunes every single day. I'm telling you right now, do not spend this coin. This is serious money hiding in a place nobody suspects. 1985 was a strange moment in U.S. history. Inflation scars from the previous decade were still fresh, trust in money had shifted, and the country was deep into a new era of mass production. Coins were no longer treated like long-term value holders, they were treated like disposable tools. The mint was focused on speed, efficiency, and volume. Philadelphia was striking coins non-stop, and when machines run hot and fast for years, anomalies slip through quietly. That's how rare coins are born in modern years. Nobody checks. This dime has a silver shine that feels wrong for its age, and that's the hook. That clean, bright surface, combined with natural originality, is what makes collectors lean in. It looks too good, too sharp, too alive. And no, this does not mean it was cleaned. Cleaning kills value. This shine comes from untouched metal, preserved surfaces, and careful survival. Never clean this coin. One mistake destroys a life-changing opportunity. Hold it, and you'll feel how precise it is. Around 2.27 grams, just under 18 millimeters across, thin at about 1.35 millimeters thick. It feels crisp, tight, exact. Different from older silver dimes, but still confident. This coin belongs to a transitional era where composition had changed, but mistakes and rare conditions still slipped past unnoticed. Collectors know that's a dangerous combination. Look at the front. Roosevelt's portrait on strong 1985 strikes shows sharp lines in the hair, clean edges around the face, and bold lettering. Most examples look flat and lifeless. The rare ones don't. On the back, the torch, olive branch, and oak branch reveal everything. Weak strikes are common. Strong, balanced detail is not. Tiny spacing, depth, and texture details are what collectors obsess over. This detail changes everything. Now look for the P mint mark. That small letter is the shock factor. Philadelphia mint marks on dimes weren't even expected for decades, and when they appear, collectors pay attention. Certain 1985 with P dimes show unique strike behavior, surface character, and preservation that sets them apart instantly. Most people don't even know what they're holding, and that's why these coins keep disappearing. Survival is the real enemy here. These dimes were used hard, tossed everywhere, scratched, bent, cleaned, ignored. Very fine condition with original shine is rare, extremely rare. That's why collectors don't advertise these. They quietly acquire them and hold. Demand is climbing. Supply is vanishing. Quiet wealth is being locked away. When one of these surfaces at auction, it catches people off guard. Bidding starts slow, then tightens. Serious collectors step in. Phones come out. The room goes quiet. And when the hammer drops, the shock sets in. Today, this single dime has reached a market value of around $230 from a year most people would never even check. So here's your move. Check 1985, check for the P mint mark. Look closely at the shine. Respect originality. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Professional grading is critical because this is one of those coins where modern-looking mistakes cost massive money. And stay with me because the next Roosevelt dime is even more unbelievable than this one. It looks even safer, and that's exactly why it's the most dangerous yet. Next coin, number 9. This dime is the ultimate disguise. Because nobody expects serious money hiding in a 2005 coin. And that's exactly why people are accidentally losing this hidden big treasure every single day. The 2005 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark looks modern, safe, spendable, and that false confidence is wiping out silent fortunes. I'm saying it clearly right now, do not spend this coin. This is real money hiding where nobody looks. 2005 was a strange, overlooked year in America. The economy was shifting again. Metal costs were under pressure, and the mint was pushing efficiency to the limit. Coins were treated like disposable tools, not something anyone would ever save. Machines ran non-stop. Speed mattered more than precision. And when production goes on autopilot, rare anomalies slip through quietly. That's how modern hidden treasure is born. This dime is visually shocking once you actually look at it. The obverse shows a brown tone, warm and aged, while the reverse drops into a deep black shade that gives the coin a dramatic, antique contrast. Collectors love this. That two-sided character tells a powerful story of natural aging and untouched surfaces. This is not damage. This is originality. And never clean this coin. Cleaning destroys the natural skin and instantly kills serious money. Pick it up and it feels precise. Around 2.27 grams, just under 18 millimeters wide, thin at roughly 1.35 millimeters thick. It feels sharp, balanced, exact. Not heavy like old silver dimes, but confident in a different way. This is modern coinage with rare character, and collectors know how dangerous that combination is. On the front, Roosevelt's portrait shows detail most people ignore. The hair texture, the outline of the face, the clarity of the lettering. Collectors study these closely. On the back, the torch, olive branch, and oak branch reveal strike quality instantly. Many 2005 dimes look flat and lifeless. The rare ones don't. Tiny differences in depth, surface texture, and color separation are what separate pocket change from silent fortune. This detail changes everything. Now focus on the P mint mark. That single letter is the key. Philadelphia coins from this era weren't supposed to be special, and that's why the rare ones slipped through unnoticed. Certain 2005 with P dimes show unusual toning behavior, surface preservation, and strike characteristics that collectors hunt aggressively. Most people don't even look twice. Collectors look once and know. Survival is the enemy here. These coins were used hard, tossed everywhere, scratched, cleaned, ignored, abused. Fine condition with natural two-sided toning is rare. Very rare. That's why collectors aren't talking about these publicly. They quietly buy. Quietly hold. Demand keeps rising. Supply keeps shrinking. Quiet wealth is being locked away from circulation forever. When one of these appears at auction, it shocks the room. Not because it's loud, but because it's unexpected. Bidding tightens fast. Serious collectors step in calmly, aggressively, without emotion. And when the hammer falls, people realize what just happened. Today, this single dime has reached a market value of around $166 from a coin most people would spend without even checking the date. Check 2005, check for the P mint mark. Look at both sides. Respect the brown and black toning. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Professional grading is critical because modern coins like this punish small mistakes brutally. Patience is how this hidden treasure survives. And don't you dare click away because the next Roosevelt dime is the most shocking of them all. More dangerous. And almost nobody sees it coming. Next coin, number 10. This dime is the final punch. Because this one proves that age does not matter. The 2018 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark looks brand new, harmless, spendable, and that's exactly why people are accidentally losing a hidden big treasure right now. Not years ago, not decades ago, right now. This coin is being spent every single day, and that mistake is destroying silent fortunes. I need you to hear this clearly. Do not spend this coin. 2018 was a modern pressure year. The U.S. economy was running hot, production demands were massive, and the mint was operating like a factory, not a craftsman. Speed, automation, volume. Coins were treated as disposable, temporary objects. Nobody expected rarity. Nobody expected value. And that's when the most dangerous coins are born, when nobody is looking. This dime doesn't look old. It doesn't look rare. It has a clean silver look that feels safe, ordinary, forgettable. And that's the trap. Collectors know that modern coins with untouched surfaces, original metal character, and unusual strike behavior are some of the most aggressively hunted pieces in the market. This is not a cleaned coin. Cleaning ruins everything. This silver appearance comes from preservation, not polishing. Never clean this coin. One mistake and life-changing wealth is gone. Hold it, and you'll feel how precise it is. Around 2.27 grams, just under 18 millimeters wide, thin at roughly 1.35 millimeters thick. Sharp edges. Tight strike. Balanced feel. It doesn't feel heavy like old silver, but it feels exact. Purposeful. And that precision is what collectors notice immediately. Look closely at the front. Roosevelt's portrait on strong 2018 strikes shows crisp hair detail, sharp lettering, and clean facial contours. Most 2018 dimes look flat and lifeless from overused dyes. The rare ones don't. On the back, the torch, olive branch, and oak branch expose everything. Weak detail is common. Strong, clean definition is not. Tiny differences in depth, spacing, and surface texture are what separate pocket change from a silent fortune. This detail changes everything. Now look for the P mint mark. That single letter is the shock. Philadelphia production in modern years is massive, but that also means rare strike conditions, metal behavior, and preservation anomalies slip through unnoticed. Most people never check modern coins. Collectors absolutely do. And when they spot the right signs, they don't hesitate. Survival is the real enemy here. These coins are everywhere. Used constantly. Scratched. Dropped. Cleaned. Abused. Very fine condition with original surfaces is already rare, and it's getting rarer every day. Collectors are quietly pulling these out of circulation and locking them away. Demand is climbing fast. Supply is shrinking in real time. Quiet wealth is disappearing right in front of us. When one of these shows up at auction, the reaction is disbelief. Then silence. Then aggressive bidding. Not loud. Not flashy. Controlled. Calculated. Because everyone in that room understands what just happened. Today, this single dime has reached a market value of around $210, zeroth from a coin people are spending right now without even looking at the year. So here's your final warning. Check 2018, check for the P mint mark. Respect the silver look. Do not spend this coin. Do not clean it. Professional grading is critical because modern rare coins punish small mistakes harder than any other era. Patience is how this hidden treasure survives. And now, listen closely because this changes everything. Every single dime you just saw looks ordinary. Every single one is being spent by mistake. These are not museum pieces. These are hidden US coins, silent fortunes, life-changing opportunities slipping through people's hands every day. Check your pockets. Check your jars. Check your drawers. Do not spend these coins. If this video opened your eyes even a little, you need to stay with this channel. Because nobody talks about these. Collectors don't want you to know. And the next video? It exposes another set of hidden treasure coins worth serious money that people are losing right now. Stay alert. Stay curious. And remember, sometimes the smallest coin holds the biggest fortune.